You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Let's go, Grizz, let's go! Oh, John Morant just broke the rim with that finish. Defense, take that ball! Defense, take that ball! So on Jared with a rejection. Give me that! Morant digs at it, knocks it away. Picked up by Pippen. Bob, Brandon Clark. Ooh, on that rim!
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
All right, I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish, speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio, FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle right there producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope you're ready for Grizzlies basketball, because the preseason portion of the schedule, it gets started tonight. Grizz Pistons, 7 o'clock inside FedEx Forum. We'll talk about it momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. When we finish this open, we're going to take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we'll discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, the University of Memphis football team improved to 6-0 this weekend with a 45-7 victory over Tulsa. The Tigers are now ranked 23rd in the AP poll. It's all cool stuff. We're going to celebrate in about 20 minutes. Tennessee Titans got their first win of the season this weekend. And, buddy, it was a crazy, competitive, professional football game. Scored 16 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to beat the Cardinals 22-21. We'll get Bennett's thoughts on that. We'll do it in the next segment. The Chris Brown concert that was supposed to bring a big show to what we used to call the Liberty Bowl, that's been canceled. Disappointing. I'll tell you what happened in just a bit. Incredible performance from Blue Jays rookie Trey Yesavage yesterday in Game 2 of the ALDS. 22-year-old rookie threw 5 1/3 innings of no-hit baseball, struck out 11, helped Toronto get a 13-7 victory over the Yankees. They're now up 2-0. This dude was pitching against, you ready for this? The Memphis Tigers last year.
How about that?
Pitched against the Memphis Tigers last year. Now he's shutting down Aaron Judge and the Bronx Bombers in the playoffs. Tell you more about that a little later on in the show. And NFL analyst Mark Sanchez, oh, buddy, he had a hell of a weekend. According to a police report in Indianapolis, he is accused of starting a fight with an elderly truck driver who then pepper sprayed the former NFL quarterback and also stabbed him multiple times. This all happened 2 nights before Mark Sanchez was supposed to call Colts Raiders. Obviously, that didn't happen. Instead, Mark Sanchez first went to the hospital and then straight to jail. Oh, buddy, ridiculous situation. We're going to discuss it during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll eventually do GP's carry out and call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a A lot to get to. But I did want to start with your Memphis Grizzlies because tonight, right here inside FedEx Forum, the Grizzlies will open the preseason portion of their 2025-26 schedule with an exhibition game against Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. Tip again scheduled for 7 o'clock. Tickets are available, grizzlies.com. Big Bet Bennett, good to see you on this Monday morning. Congrats on the golden shower our Tigers put on Tulsa. We're going to get to that at the top of 5 more things. But first things first, we're talking Grizzlies right now. First preseason game is tonight. What are you most looking forward to seeing when you step inside FedEx Forum?
Ooh, okay, I actually have a list of things that I'm
you made a list?
I did make a list.
Okay,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah. I mean, I think number one is just I want to see how much Ja plays tonight. He's the most interesting,
15 to 21 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking at.
I think he's the biggest storyline coming into the season, and so I want to see how much he plays tonight and just what he looks like and everything with the new faces. Looking forward to seeing Cedric Coward, and then looking forward to seeing some of these new faces like Ty Jerome and KCP. What Jock Landale's looks like in that starting lineup. Those are a couple things that stand out off the top of my head.
The opportunity to see Ja coming off of the big summer that he had. Is probably at the top of anybody's list.
Yep.
He is one of the most famous and naturally gifted basketball players in the world. And as has been documented, we haven't seen him on the court as often as we'd like in recent years for a variety of reasons. Last season ended with him in street clothes as opposed to a uniform after he was injured in Game 3 against Oklahoma City, obviously missed Game 4. And that was that. But he, by all accounts, had an incredibly productive offseason, toured the world, was shown love on multiple continents, and seems to be in a good place, healthy, and is expected to be in the starting lineup tonight. And we've heard so much about this new offense that has been implemented, but we haven't actually seen it, with our own eyes. And so to be able to see that for the first time tonight, I think will be interesting. And how Ja is used within that, I think, is probably the most interesting thing that will be available for us to look at tonight. Beyond that, you touched on it. Cedric Coward, like the Mavericks open exhibition play tonight. And so I saw a tweet earlier, like Mavericks fans get their first look at Cooper Flagg tonight. Mm-hmm. And I know what they mean. It's the first look at Cooper Flagg in a Mavericks uniform in a preseason exhibition. I got it. But there aren't many Mavericks fans who are probably actually getting their first look at Cooper Flagg. Did you watch the Final Four? You probably saw Cooper Flagg. Did you watch any college basketball last season? You probably saw Cooper Flagg. You ever watched a high school basketball game in recent years? Mm-hmm. Before Cooper Flagg got to Duke, a lot of his games were on television. You've probably seen Cooper Flagg.
Saw him in Summer League too. Yeah, there's tape.
None of us have seen Cedric Coward. We've seen some YouTube clips, but I don't know that there is a person watching or listening right now who can actually hold their hand in the air and say, I have watched a Cedric Coward basketball game live. He was at this school or that school. I turned it on. I watched that game. I remember it. I've never done it, and I cover college basketball. I've never seen Cedric Coward play a basketball game live. Most Grizzlies fans haven't. He is an unusual lottery pick. Played 6 games at the high major level. Played 6 games in his final season of college basketball. Started outside of Division I. I don't want to say he's a mystery because you can't be a mystery and get picked where he was picked. There's enough there where the NBA evaluators realize this is a special talent and a uniquely gifted guy. But in terms of seeing it on a basketball court, in a game, live, none of us have really seen it. And tonight, that should change. We will sit here tomorrow talking about what we saw Cedric Coward do in a basketball game last night, presumably, and we have never done that before. So that's something else interesting to keep an eye on tonight, whether he starts or not. And then, of course, just what's the front court rotation going to look like?
Yeah.
Brandon Clark, we know, is not going to be available for the season opener. Zach Edey, we know, is not going to be available for the season opener. Based on the publicly stated timeline, it's unclear if Jaren Jackson Jr. will be available for the season opener October 22nd against the Pelicans. Jaren has made it clear he'd like to be. There's a lot of people who are watching him move around who insist that he will be. I don't know. But there's at least a chance that the Grizzlies start the 82-game regular season schedule incredibly shorthanded in the front court, perhaps without Zach Edey, Brandon Clark, but also without Jaren Jackson Jr. And you could reasonably argue that those are your three most important front court players, and certainly the three of your most important front court players, and maybe, again, like your three most important. So how do you get by in the absence of at least two of those guys and maybe three? We should get some indications tonight.
Yeah, and I think, too, like it does make it, I mean, we're getting deep in the weeds now, but it does kind of make it interesting, especially like in the preseason when everybody gets to play. Like some of these guys they brought into training camp, like a PJ Hall, like an Olivier Maxence Prosper. Like, it'll just be interesting seeing those guys and what they're able to do with some of the starters or heavy rotation guys because, like you said, I think with at least the first week or so of the season, you might see some guys that you wouldn't expect to get some minutes, to get some run, right?
Well, I mean, at the very least, like in the rotation on night one, you're expected to have Ty Jerome, Jock Landale, Cedric Howard, KCP. I mean, that's like four totally new faces that they're expected to be in your rotation on opening night. And we should get a look at those guys tonight, if not all of them, then certainly most of them. I hesitate to speak in absolutes about what we'll see tonight because I don't know. Different franchises use exhibitions in different ways. And often players don't play for reasons that aren't known 10 hours before tip-off. So, as always, we'll see. But presumably, we should start to get a look at some of these new faces on the court tonight, 7 o'clock, when the Grizzlies tip off against the Pistons. Cool to have Cade Cunningham in the building. We talked about the ESPN Top 100 Players list heading into the season where Ja and Jaren were both in the 30s. Cade Cunningham was 12th. He's 12th on the list now. Top 100 players in the NBA. That's one spot below Oklahoma City's Jalen Williams and one spot ahead of Cleveland's Evan Mobley. So, like, he's here. Number one pick of the 2021 NBA draft after a single season at Oklahoma State in which he was a consensus first-team All-American. Made the All-Star team last season, made All-NBA last season, ended up averaging 26.1 points, 9.1 assists, 6.1 rebounds in 35 minutes per game, which means he averaged 3 more minutes per game than literally every member of the Memphis Grizzlies last season. Hopefully that's not true once this season is over. If so, I'll have similar complaints as I had at the end of last season. Either way, like, we're getting started tonight. And to circle back to how much people will play or not play. If the Grizzlies handle things the way most franchises have handled things in their first preseason game, like I said earlier, we should get about 15 to 22 minutes from the starters. There's already been 10 preseason games.
I know, yeah.
It started last Thursday.
Right.
NBA preseason started last Thursday.
I've dabbled.
There's already been 10 games. I haven't watched any of them, but I've looked at box scores.
Yeah.
I've scanned box scores. So, like, Oklahoma City and Charlotte played last night, right? And LaMelo Ball played 15 minutes. Brandon Miller played 16 minutes. Jalen Williams played 22 for the Thunder. Lakers-Warriors played yesterday. Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler both played 15 minutes. DeAndre Ayton played 21 for the Lakers. So that's probably what you'll get tonight from Ja, KCP. The other dudes who are expected to be major players in the rotation for the Grizzlies this season, somewhere between 15 and 22 minutes is around what other franchises have been doing with their starters as this preseason has gotten underway. Again, 7 o'clock tip tonight inside FedEx Forum. Grizz Pistons. Tickets available. Grizzlies.com. When we come back, turn our attention to the Memphis Tigers football program. Improved to 6-0 this weekend. Urinated on Tulsa.
They did, yes.
Just as Bennett suggested they should. We're going to celebrate that next. It's the Gary Parrish Show. We're presented by Ortho South.
Grizz Nation, don't foul out on dinner plans. Hit Sticks Express in downtown Memphis instead. Fresh hibachi, steak, shrimp, sushi tacos, and yes, our legendary sake slushy to keep things cool. Order online with code STIX901, STIX901, and knock 10% off your tab. It's the perfect pick and roll for game night. Sticks Express, fast, fresh, always a slam dunk. And hey, come see us at our Collierville location too. Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at natebargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either, and that's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays, in the evenings, and even on Saturday. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
University of Memphis football team, Ryan Silverfield's Tigers, improved to 6-0 this weekend with a 45-7 victory over Tulsa inside Simmons Bank. They urinated on the Golden Hurricane, just like you said they should. How'd you celebrate?
Well, they had to. I mean, I did celebrate pretty hard, yes.
Did you urinate yourself in celebration?
Not quite, but I had a good time.
Good.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Good.
I didn't get to go to the game, but it looked like they had a really nice crowd out there on Saturday. And yeah, they just kicked their ass. It was awesome.
They kicked their ass.
Yeah.
First bowl eligible team.
Yep.
In the country. 6-0, up to now 23rd in the AP poll, 25th in the coaches poll, up to 30th at MasseyRatings.com heading into a bye week. And then after that, you get the game at UAB, where they will be expected to improve to 7-0. All the sensible college football playoff projected brackets, they have Memphis in it as the 12th seed. And did you see Heather Dinich's? I guess this is the one that gets referenced most because it's ESPN's, and ESPN owns the property, and they're the ones with the television show, and Heather is the reporter who primarily covers the college football playoff. Did you see her first-round matchup, 12 versus 5?
What is it?
It would be your 12th-seeded Memphis Tigers on the road, first-round game in the college football playoff at the 5th-seeded Ole Miss Rebels.
Oh, my God.
Down in Oxford, Mississippi.
That would be fun.
The best.
That is, yeah. I'll take that.
At Ole Miss.
I'll take that.
First-round college football playoff game.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I would love that.
I mean, it'd be an all-timer. Like whatever
happens.
happens,
I mean, people could go.
Whatever
That's
happens in the game
yeah.
happens in the game.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
We would wake up on a day. We would all have an opportunity to wake up on a day, drive an hour or so south to Oxford, Mississippi, one of the great college towns in this country, one of the great college football environments in this country, and watch the Memphis Tigers try to upset them in Vaught Hemingway to advance to the second round of the college football playoff. Whatever happens, you get that day.
If we could bookmark that one right now, I'd go for that. I like that.
That is the way I view sports. Honestly, that's the way I view life. Find things to look forward to and then get excited about them.
Mm-hmm.
That's like if I don't have something to get excited about, I'm just wandering through the days. I need to have finish lines constantly. I need to have things to look forward to. I need to have things to get excited about.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were talking last week about Major League Baseball playoffs, and the Mets collapsed and they didn't make it. And they'd been playing so poorly and had been so frustrating that I know some Mets fans were like, I don't even care if they make it, or I don't even want them to make it because I can't watch this. But I was like, I know how to probably go. If they'd have made it, they'd have been in a first-round series, best of 3 against the Dodgers in Los Angeles, and they'd have probably got smacked around by Shohei the same way the Reds got smacked around by Shohei, right? But I'd rather just have that to look forward to. I'd rather just wake up on a day and go, man, the Mets and Dodgers are playing a playoff game tonight. Shohei's pitching, Nolan McLean's pitching. It's something to look forward to. Whatever happens, happens, but I got something to look forward to tonight. You don't have things to look forward to, man. Life gets pretty, at least from my perspective, pretty boring. I don't know if Memphis could go down to Ole Miss and win a game in a playoff. Frankly, I don't know if Memphis could beat any playoff team that it would have to play on the road, because that's the way this is going to go. Memphis can go undefeated. You're playing on the road somewhere. Mm-hmm. I don't know that they could win any of those games, but I know I could get excited about it.
Yeah.
I know I could think about it and talk about it and buy tickets and experience it and all of that. So just for decades, Tiger football gave us nothing to look forward to. That's my whole childhood. Now we've got something to look forward to. UAB game, USF game, the rest of the schedule, a possible conference championship. And if things go not just well, but the way they are now expected to go, then Memphis is going to be in the college football playoff for the first time in school history. And based on at least Heather Dinich's current projections, that could lead to a first-round game, Memphis-Ole Miss in Oxford, 12 versus 5 college football playoff. I'd take it right now.
I would take it right now too. They gotta get. I love that the bye actually comes at a great time. I love that because the likelihood that we get to remain in the top 25 like longer. You know what I mean? That's kind of fun.
Also, I do think and I'd like to get Ryan's thoughts on this because he would know it better as the football coach. But it seems to me that this might be a good time just to take a break. Like we've been going nonstop, and we finally got into the national rankings, and we are the first bowl eligible team. And like, all right, I know in the preseason we talked about this is where we wanted to be. All right, we're here. We're halfway through this thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're here. We're doing it. Let's look around. Let's enjoy where we're at and how we got here. But now we can take a breath. We got a week. Let's take a breath, gather ourselves, and make sure we are focused to try to do with the rest of the schedule what we've done with the first part of the schedule. It seems like a good place for a bye week. I know the counter argument would be, but they're playing so well, you don't want to stop now. But it feels like this is a good place to take a breath and look around and be like, all right, this is real. Like in the preseason, you and I and Brett McMurphy and Ross Dellinger and anybody else we brought on to talk about the Tigers and college football and the 12-team bracket, we could talk about Memphis as a legitimate candidate, but they weren't the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just one of many legitimate Group of 5 candidates to represent the Group of 5 and secure an automatic bid for the 5th highest ranked conference champion. It was just sort of like, wouldn't it be neat? But like, we're here now.
Yep.
This is not like, well, it could be Memphis, but it could be Boise, or it could be Tulane, or it could be USF. It's supposed to be Memphis now. That's where this is supposed to go. Ohio State is supposed to be in the college football playoff. Ready? Oregon is supposed to be in the college football playoff. Memphis is supposed to be in the college football playoff. Right now, all of those statements are just as true as the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So this is real. Bye week now at UAB. 6-0 goes to 7-0. And we're well on our way.
Yeah, and we're looking, if we're like schedule watching, you got to obviously win at UAB when you come back from the bye. North Texas and USF play this weekend. USF is, of course, the next home game for the Tigers after that UAB game. So, if you're just looking, North Texas undefeated. USF obviously has a really nice resume.
And the only loss for USF is to Miami Is that right?
Yeah.
And Miami
is awesome.
Appears to be.
Yeah. So it's at North Texas, that USF game this weekend. You're rooting for USF if you're a Tigers fan, because then you can. I don't know if game day would come here for USF.
You'd
Memphis.
at least be in the conversation.
You'd at least be in the conversation. I mean, you look at that schedule that weekend. I think LSU plays Texas A&M. Like, there's some pretty good games that weekend. I want to say Ole Miss has a big game that weekend too, but I think you would be in the conversation.
For sure.
I think you'd be in the conversation for game day. And, man, if we could do that again on Beale Street this season, that would be a blast.
It would be a blast.
Yeah.
I think looking at the schedule, even if everything goes perfectly for Memphis and USF between now and then, you probably still get passed over for a power conference game. I think that's what most people assume.
Maybe.
But you would at least be in the conversation.
And they do, like, to game day's credit, like, they do like to do things, once or twice a season, kind of off the beaten path a little bit. Like, they don't necessarily want to just go to Big Ten, SEC all season long.
Right.
They'll switch it up a little bit.
And it does, like, if you care about stuff like that, the fact that the American has an ESPN television contract.
Right.
That game, we don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to be wherever they want to put it.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to them. They'll take that game and they'll put it somewhere. So you're putting on your grand Saturday morning stage a game that you will then broadcast either on ABC or ESPN or ESPN2 or wherever you're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's helpful, as opposed to, like, I don't think a Big Ten game is or there are certain conferences that don't have ESPN contracts right now, right? And they might shy away from those because it's not our property. We don't need to put that on game day. But my point is, with the American, you've got an ESPN relationship there. So that works in your favor, even if it won't get you where you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
Long story not so long, you'll be in the conversation. I'd be surprised if game day is here for that, but it could be.
And also, too, like, the people that put that show together, I mean, they remember 2019. Like, that was a cool look coming,
Yes.
when you're coming into the show, the first shot, and you see the overhead camera, like,
it was great.
Going across Beale Street and just that mass of people. That was a cool look. Like, I'm sure they remember that fondly.
So crazy looking back. Do you remember the week when it was announced? People were like, they didn't like that it was going to be on Beale Street. There were some people.
Oh, right. Because you want it on campus. You want to showcase your campus. But the look, it was amazing.
I was consistent on this.
Yes.
It's going to be on Beale Street, and you're going to turn it on, and it's going to look awesome, and you're going to be glad that it's there.
Yes.
And that's exactly what happened. It looked awesome, and I don't even think there would be a debate this time.
No.
If game day comes back to Memphis, we're not even debating should we take it to Tiger Lane or Beale Street. You take it to Beale Street.
Yes.
Not even debate.
Without question. By the way, we didn't mention the Cortez Braham catch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was
outrageous.
I think it's the best. I mean, I can't think of, some of them over the year. It's the best Tiger football catch. It's the best catch I've ever seen in a Tiger football game, I think.
It was SportsCenter top 10.
He caught it with his fingertips.
Yeah.
It was nuts, dude. That was good stuff.
Yeah, great play. Wonderful performance.
He's been awesome.
Launched them into the AP poll and the coaches poll. All good stuff with Memphis football, man. It's a good time to be a Tiger. They say that over there on the campus sometimes.
I say that.
They say it's a good time to be a Tiger. And I don't know if it's always a good time to be a Tiger, but feels like it is right now.
Right now it is a damn good time to be a Tiger.
Feels like it's a good time to be a Tiger right now.
GTG.
GTG. I'm going to try to enjoy this.
Yes.
Number 2.
Hey, congratulations to your Tennessee Titans. First win of the season, snapped a 10-game losing streak. Cam Ward gets the first NFL victory of his career. And what a wild game this was. You're down the whole game.
Yeah.
And then you go 16 unanswered. I think it was 19 unanswered total, but 16 specifically in the fourth quarter to upset Arizona in the dumbest way possible.
Yeah, so it was 21-6 at the start of the fourth quarter. And you had the dumb play by DeMarcado where you've seen this a million times.
Just run through the end zone and don't drop the ball.
Right. He gets to the front of the end zone, celebrates prematurely, drops the ball, and it's a fumble, through the end zone.
That happens. Insane.
I mean, as many times as we've seen it over the years, you would just think, and his coach was pissed. I don't know if have you seen the video of this? I mean, he punched him on the sideline. Like he was
like, this
so
would just be my rule. If I'm a football coach, here's my rule. This would be my rule whether we're 8-year-old or we're in the NFL. Here's my rule. Hey, guys, if you break loose for a touchdown and you are cruising into the end zone and he's at the 30, the 20, 15, 10, that thing, all right? Here's what you're doing. I do not care what you do after you do this, but you're going to do this. You're running to the end zone, and you are running to the goalpost.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to touch the ball on the goalpost.
Yes.
After that, do whatever you want to with it. Hump it, spike it.
Yeah, hump it.
Hump it.
Yeah.
But you're going to touch the ball to the goalpost. Coach, why do we have to touch the ball to the goalpost? Oh,
Let me show you this video.
To be clear, I don't even really care if you do that, but it is to get it in your head that there is no path to letting go of this ball until you are 10 yards past the goal line, because that's where the field goal post is. You're going to touch this ball to the field goal post. Then you can hump it if you want to, all right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to touch it to the goal post, and that is designed to make sure you don't stupidly let go of it before you cross the goal line, because if you do, it's not a touchdown, dummy.
So, but even after that, the game was still basically over. Like that was not the wildest play of the game. The wildest play of the game was Cam Ward throws. I think it was 21-12. Cam Ward throws an interception. The guy that catches the ball for Arizona, that gets the interception, fumbles, goes. He fumbles the ball. It gets kicked around a little bit. Goes into the end zone. Titans player jumps on it. They recover it to make the game even closer. Again, like that last drive, I'll give all the credit to Cam Ward. Like he looked really good. He looked poised. He made some really nice passes. So like credit to him for having that drive to win the game ultimately. But we ain't got to lie to ourselves. So it was a lucky win.
It was a lucky win. And like not even just lucky. It was like self-inflicted loss by Arizona.
They lost the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, again, Cam had to have that final drive to win it. He did, and he did it.
Sure. But like they should never even let you in this position.
No.
Like even like you just cross the goal line with the ball in your hands and the game's over right there.
Right.
You know, so it's just the whole thing was dumb. Let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
You're not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All this means is you're not going to be a zero.
This changes nothing.
All this means is you're not going to be a 0-win team. That's all it means. It doesn't mean you're headed to the playoffs or headed anywhere. It just means you're not going to be a 0-win team.
Yep.
Are you the type of fan who says we're screwing up our draft every game we win? We can't do that. Or I don't care, man. I like winning, and it's better than losing.
I don't mind it as much now because they drafted Cam Ward number 1 overall. Like, and you know, the hope is that he's the quarterback of the future that's going to be awesome in this league. So if you know that Cam is your guy and that you know that he's going to be awesome, then you've got your quarterback. And so, you know, I'm fine having a top 3-4 pick as opposed to the number 1 overall pick if that ends up being the case. I mean, I still think the Jets are 0-5. The Saints won yesterday. They beat the Giants. Browns 1-4. You know, the Ravens will get some wins. They'll get back in. Vegas is 1-4. Giants 1-4. So I still think they will be. I mean, dude, they looked bad yesterday until they won that game that they shouldn't have won.
Right.
So they're gonna lose plenty of games.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a top 3 draft pick. I'd be shocked if they don't. And again, like you got the quarterback, so. How big of a deal is the difference between 1 and 3?
I would rather have 1 than 3, if only because then you can trade 1 for 3 and, and a future first or whatever.
That's right.
There's going to be a quarterback somebody wants. If you hold the number 1 pick, that's a big chip.
But like the Jets are going to get a win. Like that looks like an okay coached football team. Like they're going to win at a point this season.
Yeah, like I don't know.
The Titans will have the worst record. I'm not even worried about it. Actually,
like they probably will.
I'm not even worried about it.
And this is one where I just sort of break away from the tank argument, tanking argument. Like, I understand it. It is better to have the first pick than the third, and every win you get when you're going nowhere makes that less likely. I understand that. I just think there's more to it than that. I think, what is the value of your rookie quarterback who a week ago said we're ass and was clearly, feeling not so great? What's the value in him having that moment yesterday?
I think it does matter.
I think
sure.
it matters.
I
think you need to experience success, even if it comes at the cost of draft position. You need to win every once in a while. I see this at all levels of sport, including little 8-year-old baseball. When them kids, you'll watch these teams get out there and they play 3 games on a Saturday and they lose all 3, and those kids are deflated by the end of it. But if they win 3 games, they want to go get ice cream and they're excited about it. It takes a toll on you. Losing matters. Losing takes a toll on you, and it can shape your development. It can shape everything. And so I don't think what happened yesterday is an indication of what's to come. But what happened yesterday did have everybody in that locker room, including the head coach, feeling better. And they're going to wake up and come.
I think he just felt relieved.
Perhaps that too.
Yeah.
But, they'll take today off and they'll be back at work tomorrow. And the entire facility will feel different. There'll be a different vibe.
Yeah.
It'll just feel and sound and look different. And I can't put an actual value on that, but I know it's valuable. I know it matters. I know it means something. So perhaps we look up when this is all over and go, man, if they wouldn't have lucked out and won that game in Arizona, they'd have the first pick. Instead, they got the 4th. Like, we might have that conversation, and I'll say, yeah, but I think you need to taste success sometimes when you can, even at your own expense.
Especially for a rookie quarterback.
Yes.
I mean, you look at what's happened, and they got a nice win yesterday, but it hasn't gone well with Bryce Young in Carolina. I mean, it just hasn't. They lose, right? They haven't been a good team with him. I do not want the Titans to be stuck in something like that.
Right.
Like I want Cam Ward to, in year 2, be like, okay, it's go time, and I feel like I got guys around me, and we can actually do this.
Right.
Yeah.
You benefit in variety of ways from winning that game yesterday, no matter how you want.
Yeah.
Cam Ward never has to talk about or think about when he's going to get his first NFL win. Like, that's over now. He'll never be asked that question. What's it like being 0-8 as a starter, 0-11 you don't have to deal with that anymore. It's over. You just get some bad stuff over, and you can start fresh with some good feelings. Good win. I was happy for you.
Let's go. Tighten up.
Tighten
up.
Tighten
We're
up.
back. Just kidding. We're not.
Number 3.
Chris Brown concert got canceled.
This kind of pissed me off. I'm going to be honest
What
with
are
you.
you so mad about Chris Brown's concert getting canceled for?
Because it's disappointing for all the people. That concert was sold out, or almost sold out. It's just disappointing. I mean, dude, I know people are going to get refunds and all that kind of stuff, but you save up money, you spend money. This concert's supposed to happen, and I saw the reasoning behind it, because the stadium's still under renovations, and I guess they can't agree. They don't want to put on the show because the stadium's not up to par with the people that booked the concert, right?
That is the publicly stated explanation.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I don't think it was ever going to be completed by then. I mean, I think you would have had an idea going into this thing that it wasn't going to be finished by then, that there was at least going to be some kind of renovations going on in the stadium. Maybe they thought it was going to be further along than it is right now.
This is where, if they held a press conference and I took the time to show up, I would ask very specific questions to try to get better answers. Because when they say things like the stadium, because this is what they said this weekend, the concert is canceled because the stadium can't accommodate it, more or less. But the stadium is on schedule. Well,
when we scheduled this thing,
when it's on schedule, you knew it was going to be October 18th, and if the stadium is on schedule, then you knew the status of the stadium on October 18th, what it would likely be. So how do we end up here? I don't understand.
Yeah,
explain it to me.
Because you know what, the reason I say it pissed me off when I saw this is because the news gets posted, the news gets broken, and you're waiting on the details. But first, it's just the news that breaking news: the Chris Brown concert is canceled at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium. And then you look at the comments, and what do you think all the comments are? Well, of course, why would anyone want to play Memphis? Why, of course he canceled a Memphis concert. Why would he want to play in Memphis? Turns out that's not the reason at all. And the concert was actually almost sold out, at a big football stadium. That's why it just made me mad, because I'm like, see, now people are going to think this got canceled for one reason, and it got canceled for a completely other reason that's out of anybody's real control.
Well, I don't know if it was out of anybody's control. That's the thing. I just know that the publicly stated explanation has some holes in it. I don't even care. It's not even important. I don't care about Chris Brown. Like I actually have a real blind spot for Chris Brown. Like I can't grasp how he is as big as he is.
I got you.
Like so this
but he's big. You can't.
But
deny
he's
that.
huge.
Right.
All right. But this ain't for me.
Yeah,
all right?
I got you.
So I don't care. But the explanation doesn't make much sense on a surface level. But is the stadium on schedule the way it was always supposed to be? Oh yeah, of course. Well then why can't you do the concert that you scheduled? You knew. Like I'm certain when this got booked, somebody said, okay, October 18th. That's the date. Is the stadium going to, where's the stadium supposed to be? Construction-wise at that point. Okay, it'll be here. Okay, can we have the concert? Somebody said yes. Somebody said yes. So why was that person wrong? Who said yes? Who booked this under the idea that the construction would be far enough down the line? Because you're telling me everything is on schedule, but you're telling me we can't have a concert. Well, there was a point where you thought October 18th, if the stadium's on schedule, you can have a concert in this place. Now you're telling me you can't. Why?
No.
Just ask that question. I bet you they don't have a great answer for it.
Right.
All right.
I just don't like the whole, like, the idea that, like, concerts don't sell well. I get it. Some concerts
they
don't.
That's the truth.
But I understand. But, like, at the same time, like, Memphis Fest was this weekend. 3 days was packed.
Right.
I saw the people's videos. Like, it looked like a huge event. So you can't tell me, you just can't do big concerts in Memphis. That's BS.
You can do big shows. It is both these things can be true. You can do big shows in Memphis, but shows do not do well in Memphis relative to what they do in other markets. It's why often big acts will play Nashville.
Sure.
They'll play St. Louis. They'll play New Orleans. They'll play Atlanta. But they're always going to do Atlanta and Nashville. Everybody's going to always do Atlanta and Nashville. And they don't usually come through here. Like, I can't tell you how many concerts I've gone to in Atlanta or in Nashville that I would have loved to have gone to if they were in Memphis, but they don't come here. And so finally we get something big. Again, it's not for me, but it's a big show. And it was going to be the first show at the stadium we once called the Liberty Bowl, the first concert in like 25 years. Like, I've been to shows at the Liberty Bowl. I saw U2 there. I saw the Rolling Stones there. But we haven't done big shows there in a long time. For a lot of different reasons.
Right.
Some of it that the Liberty Bowl, as previously constructed, couldn't accommodate these big shows. Like, you could take Taylor Swift's tour and put it in football stadiums, but it wouldn't fit in this football stadium. I think it was something to do with, like, you couldn't even get the trucks in. It was like something like that. They had to. So one of the positives of redoing Simmons Bank is, yes, it's a better home for Tiger football, but it's also supposed to be able to allow us to have these big outdoor stadium concerts that so many other cities get, and we just haven't for like a quarter century. And so we schedule one. And again, it's not for me, but it was a big deal, and people were excited.
Yes.
And then it gets canceled.
And it's old, yeah.
And it gets canceled. And I just was like reading the comments from fans, like at Fox 13's website. They went out and interviewed people.
Yeah.
They're holding tickets, and it's a little bit like what I was talking about earlier. This was something people were looking forward to.
Yeah, man.
And it just gets ripped away from them, And we already don't get enough of these big shows. And the one we get that people are excited about, it just gets canceled. Same way, the Drake 21 Savage show got canceled or whatever,
Twice, yeah.
Yeah. It's like we I don't know if we deal with it more than other cities, but it feels like we do. So it's just disappointing.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Do you think we will ever be an actual stadium tour destination? Because that is one of the arguments for investing all this money is then we can get big tours. But like, do you think whatever the equivalent of the Morgan Wallen tour, the Post Malone tour, the Kendrick Lamar tour, those ever come to Simmons Bank?
I mean, I think they will get something. Yeah, I mean, I think they'll get a big act. Yes. I mean, Chris Brown's a big act.
I think they'll get some. Yeah, I do not think. I'm skeptical that it's going to be what.
Now we might have to wait till the stadium's done being renovated. Now
I'm skeptical it's going to be what the people who are really cheerleading it. I'm skeptical it's going to be that. Like, we'll get some, but will we get all? Like, Atlanta's going to get every stadium tour. Taylor Swift, Kendrick. It doesn't matter who goes on tour. If you're doing stadiums, you will do Atlanta.
Yeah. Also indoor. That's a big. You can make it indoor.
But they'll do Nashville too, and that's outdoor.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I'm just skeptical
it's not going to be
that we'll ever
yeah.
get that in our football stadium. And it has little to do with the football stadium and everything to do with the market. Because I don't know, you argue the other side if you want to. We have an NBA arena. We have a world-class NBA arena, but we don't get all the arena tours.
Right.
We don't get we don't get most of the best arena tours, even though we have the facility to host them. We still don't get them. So why would we get the best stadium tours, even if we have the stadium? We don't get the best arena tours, even though we have the arena. Why would we get the best stadium tours, even if we have the stadium?
I mean, I've seen some good ones here.
Not lately. Oh, arena shows? Yeah, some good ones, but you don't get most of them. Like, I'm not even, this is not a criticism. It's just a statement of fact.
No, I know.
It's not a criticism. It's just a statement of fact. Most of the big arena tours don't come to FedEx Forum. They just skip us. They go to Nashville. They go to Atlanta. They just skip us. So if they're skipping our world-class NBA arena based on market, why wouldn't they just also skip our football stadium based on market, the exact same reasons? I know it sounds depressing. I didn't mean to put it like that. I'm just skeptical that it's going to be what people have said. But I was optimistic it would get off to a nice start. And then they pulled the rug out from underneath us. Chris Brown canceled. You'll have to go see him somewhere else.
That's lame. I'm unhappy about that one.
Well,
yeah, I'm unhappy about that one.
Well, you're going to have to take it up with whoever you want to take it up with.
Number 4.
Incredible baseball performance yesterday at the Rogers Center in Toronto. Did you see any of this? I know on Sundays people are excited about the NFL and most people aren't watching baseball, even playoff baseball. But I'm a weirdo. I would rather watch playoff baseball than the NFL on a Sunday. And so that's largely what I did. Yankees, Blue Jays. Are you familiar with the story at all? Do you know what happened yesterday in Toronto?
What's going on? I watched a lot of football yesterday.
Okay, it's fine. Yeah. It's fine. That's why I put this.
I dabbled.
That's why I put this in here. I bet most people didn't. Most people were watching football. All right. So Yankees, Blue Jays, game 2 yesterday. Blue Jays won game 1, spanked them, and so yesterday was a bounce back opportunity for the Yankees, and seemed like a pretty good spot for the Bronx Bombers because they were facing a 22-year-old rookie who was making just his 4th career start. He was in the minor leagues a month ago. Did not make his big league debut until September 15th. And then 20 days after that, he's starting a playoff game against the Yankees. And he went 5 1/3 of no-hit baseball, struck out 11 in Toronto's 13-7 victory. When he left the game, the Yankees had 0. They scored a bunch of runs late in what amounts to garbage time. But 22-year-old, 4th career start, 5 1/3, 11 strikeouts, and he becomes the first pitcher in Major League Baseball history with 11 Ks while allowing 0 hits through the first 5 innings of a playoff game. So, he went to East Carolina. So I was like, I bet he pitched against Memphis. And he did. Last year, in 2024, he pitched against the Memphis Tigers here on campus. And I
pretty cool.
Went and looked at his line that day.
How'd it go?
East Carolina beat Memphis 14-0.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
He went 6 2/3, 1 hit, 0 runs, struck out 12.
Jesus.
So
I think ECU's a pretty good baseball program.
But think about this. Yeah. This is what I'm trying to tell you. In 2024, he was shutting out the Memphis Tigers.
Yeah.
In 2025, he was shutting out Aaron Judge and the Yankees. Incredible. So what's funny, John Schneider, the Blue Jays manager, told this story after the game. He said, listen, it's his 4th career start at the big league level. We have him on a pitch count. We're not going to let him go, but as the game is unfolding, I see what's happening. Because he struck out the side in the first. I mean, 11 Ks.
Yeah.
10 Ks through 5 innings, 11 Ks. I mean, that's crazy, particularly against that lineup. So John Schneider's like, I know I've got to go get him, but I know this crowd does not want me to go get him. They're watching one of the greatest postseason debuts in baseball history. And so they know, all right, we're going to let him get one more hitter and then we're going to go get him. It doesn't matter what happens here. He can strike somebody out. He can give up a home run. He's going to face this guy, then we're going to go get him. But he knows if I go get him and pull him from a no-hitter, like I'm going to get booed.
Mm-hmm.
Like as soon as I take the first step out of the dugout. Because baseball is, for people who don't watch it, when your pitching coach comes out, it's not a pitching change. They're going to talk.
Mm-hmm.
But when the manager comes out, it is almost always an indication that you're changing pitchers. And so John Snyder knows the second I step out of this dugout, the place is going to boo me. So he looks like, with a smile, looks at his pitching coach and his bench coach, and he's like, all right, guys, wish me luck. I'm going out there. Mm-hmm. And so he walks out there to get him. And I just think this is forever one of the coolest moments in sports when a pitcher delivers on this stage and you get to have this moment where whether you want the manager to come get you or not, you know that he is. And you get the slow walk out to the mound and the time you take on the mound to just sort of take it all in.
Mm-hmm.
And then that walk off the mound when that crowd is standing and your mom and your dad and your brother are there. Just the sweetest of scenes. Kyra, if you got it, let's watch the video of when John Schneider went out and got Trey Yesavage after one of the greatest playoff debuts in Major League Baseball history.
What a performance in his fourth Major League start.
That's mom and dad. I just can't imagine anything cooler than that. He did the postgame.
Awesome.
He did the postgame interview, and referenced his mom and dad, and they're obviously up there in tears. And it was just the sweet, I'm a sucker for that.
Mm-hmm.
Moms and dads watching their kids flourish on whatever stage is like my favorite thing. Like it's the one that gets me every time. I think human nature, if you got any sort of ambition or motivation or goals, like you want to, people can measure success in different ways, but most people want to try to be successful, or at least they start out that way. There's a part in your life where you're hoping to be successful. Sometimes people give up for a variety of reasons, but and I was certainly wired that way. Like I wanted to achieve things and be successful and be proud of my career in whatever form. I don't think that's unique to me. And I don't think this is unique either, but this is just something I've learned as a parent. You know what's even more satisfying than your own success? Your children.
Yeah. That's so true.
It's just 100% true. Even for somebody as selfish as me, I feel like I'm pretty self-centered and I'm focused on. And even for somebody like me, I would trade any success that I have for my kids' success. I would trade my good health for kids' good health. Like you become a parent, you sacrifice yourself for your kids. And there's nothing more thrilling than watching them have that moment of success. And the post-game interview is just the sweetest. I didn't want to play it all for you because it's like 2 minutes and it's a lot. But he actually tears up, gets choked up talking about his parents because he's just standing there. It's like, it must be insane. How did I get here? I wasn't even in the major leagues. He started in A-ball this season.
That's crazy.
He started the season in A-ball, was not even in the big leagues a month ago, and now you're looking up. I just struck out 11, shut out the Yankees and Aaron Judge. Mom and dad are right there. It's just a bizarro world. And so I liked watching that interview and watching him get choked up. And then, of course, the parents get choked up. And like we've talked about before, this is only something that can happen in baseball. It does not happen in other sports. You are not going to watch an NFL playoff game, and the star of it is going to be somebody who had never played in the NFL a month ago. You will never see that.
Right.
You're not going to watch an NBA playoff game, and the star of the game is somebody who was in the G League 20 days ago. That does not happen. But it happens in baseball all the time, and it's usually with pitchers. Because these teams, pitchers get hurt, you're past the trade deadline. The only way to try to get through it is to call one of your prospects up. And this is an elite prospect. First round pick, if I didn't say that. 20th pick in the 2024 MLB draft, but was in the minor leagues a month ago. And now is like the star of Toronto. Awesome scene. Yankees, Blue Jays. Toronto now up 2-0. Yanks are in trouble.
Well, and it's so funny. Like this happens every. You know, they won the division. Like they're better than the Yankees. Okay.
Yeah.
But
they certainly look like it through 2 games.
You've seen this a lot over the years with the Yankees. Like it's just they get in. They get past the wild card round, and it's like, well, it's the Yankees. You know, of course, they're going to be there at the end. It's the Yankees, right?
You get swept out of this one. That might be the end for Aaron Boone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a division rival.
And they've been waiting. It sounds like, you know, I follow a bunch of Yankee fans on Twitter, or like people there's a bunch of people I work with in media who are Yankees fans because they live in New York or whatever. And they feel like they've just been out on Boone for a while, like just looking for the time to do it, and getting swept out of the playoffs by the Blue Jays and getting overwhelmed by a 22-year-old rookie. That might be the place where they get you.
I think so too.
Anyway, awesome scene yesterday. Congratulations to the East Carolina Pirate alum, Trey Yesavage. All-time great performance in his playoff debut yesterday.
Number 5.
Well, if that young man had a great weekend, Mark Sanchez had the opposite. Is this the craziest story you've ever heard?
Dude, so I'm sure like me, like we're all kind of following it, and you get the first notification that's like, Mark Sanchez has been stabbed and is in the hospital in critical condition. And it's like, whoa.
Right. And if you're smart, you might not jump on Twitter yet.
Exactly.
To have a strong opinion about it. Maybe wait for the details.
So the thing about it is you see that, and you know how it works now is like, you know, you see that post and you look at it for a second, and then the next 5 posts you see on your timeline are about that, right? And so you started seeing like little, like I saw like some Indianapolis, just, TV news people. One person said, I'm hearing that Mark Sanchez instigated this whole thing, but we're still waiting on some details to come out. And then we got some details.
It sounds like he was just in a drunken rage.
Yeah.
I mean,
he attacked someone.
Be careful about taking police reports as fact.
Right.
Because they're not always.
Right.
Which we learned in recent days about a police report connected to a former LSU player.
That's right.
Do you know that story?
Yeah, man. That's like one of the worst. It like that story bothered me. I mean, it's just awful.
Just the basics.
It's the worst
for
thing
people
ever.
who don't know, and then we'll get back to Mark Sanchez, and then I got some terrible news for you.
I was wondering when you go bring that up. We got some breaking news to talk about.
So the LSU football player was reportedly involved in a traffic accident last year that caused the death of a person, and he was charged with like vehicular homicide, and he took his own life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we have video evidence. He was nowhere close to this.
No,
he was 70-something yards behind the accident when it happened. He did not cause this, but he was charged with it and dragged online, and I don't know that I can definitively say that led to him taking his own life, but other people have connected those dots, and it seems reasonable to me. It may not have been the only thing that he was struggling with, but it couldn't have helped.
Right.
So but the police report said he was involved, and then everybody had fun with it on the internet. Then he took his own life, and it turns out he wasn't involved at all. So Mark Sanchez is stabbed in downtown Indianapolis. Dan Dockich jumps on Twitter and tweets something I'm certain
I saw that.
he wishes he could take back, even if he struggles to admit that.
Do you think he wishes he takes that back? I don't.
I don't know. I don't know. Then the police report comes out, and there's surveillance videos and witness testimony, and by all accounts right now, Mark Sanchez appears to have been the aggressor. As the police report reads, he approached a truck driver who was like delivering cooking oil to a hotel and was sitting on the loading dock. And apparently Mark Sanchez, this is the way the police report reads, Mark Sanchez approaches the truck and tells the truck driver, hey, you're not allowed to be here. And the truck driver, he's 69 years old. He doesn't have his hearing aid in, so he doesn't really hear Mark Sanchez. He's like, huh, what? You can't be here. What? And finally, like, Mark Sanchez is getting in the truck. And now they're, like, fighting. The guy pepper sprays Mark Sanchez, but then he just gets more violent. It stalls him for a minute, but then he reportedly gets more violent. And the guy, as he tells police, he's like, I think this guy's going to kill me. Mark Sanchez is a big guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I think this guy's going to kill me. So he stabs him multiple times. And then Mark Sanchez ends up in a hospital, is in stable condition, has subsequently been released, but like was stabbed multiple times and was charged with 3 crimes, including a felony. So he was on the wrong end of the fight, but also he's also the person who apparently, he's not a victim here as much as he's somebody who nonsensically caused an incident with somebody who was just doing their job.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. But they say he was slurring his words and alcohol was clearly involved. Yeah. And I have known people like this before.
I have too.
Like, alcohol affects different people different ways.
Mm-hmm.
It does not make me this way. Like, I don't drink and then want to fist fight people.
No.
Or start yelling or jump on tables or...
No, it makes me like laugh.
It makes me laugh, and it loosens me up a little bit in the sense that I might tell you a story I wouldn't have told you 2 drinks ago.
That's right.
You know? I might make a comment I wouldn't have made 3 drinks ago. But it's not going to make me want to fight a truck driver or even talk to a stranger. But I've had friends. Like, I've got one in my mind, like I can see him right now. And best guy in the world. Love him to pieces. But went through a time where every time we went out, if he got 1 too many whiskey drinks in him, it turned into a disaster. He wanted to fight everybody in the bar. He wanted to fight somebody he thought was looking at his girlfriend. He wanted to punch windows out of cars in the parking lot for no reason. And it just got to a point where it was like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Anything but
not hanging out with you.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'll have lunch with you, and then I'll go back to work. But I'm not going out with you because we start the night in the same place, but we don't end it in the same place. I have drinks and I want to tell goofy stories. You have drinks and you want to fight everybody. And it certainly looks like, when I heard the details, it made me think Mark Sanchez might be like my old buddy. You get 1 too many or 5 too many drinks in them, and they turn into a different person, and not the good kind.
Yeah.
So he'll hold a press conference at some point. Or
I can't wait to hear what he says.
I can tell you what he's going to say.
He's just going to have to fall on the sword.
Yeah, there's no getting around this one. This is one where you got to say, I have a drinking problem.
Well, because apparently, like, I saw TMZ post something today, like the driver was in pretty bad shape.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, he beat up that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to probably lose your job.
Yes.
You might lose your freedom, at least for a little while. You know, he's charged with real crimes. And you're just going to have to say everything you've seen everybody else say when they end up in situations like this. I am sorry. I was wrong. I don't even remember the incident, which is probably true.
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem with alcohol, and it makes me this way, and I'm now going to seek the help that I need and spend the rest of my life trying to make amends for this and trying to be a better husband, father, and also just citizen. You know, shouldn't be beating up truck drivers in the middle of the night in Indianapolis. Like, that's crazy.
That's insane.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing. Honestly, like, when you first hear, you know what I envision? Because this is the way this stuff goes. Fly to Indianapolis because you're doing a game on Sunday. Hey, let's go out and get dinner tonight. All right, now we're going to get drinks. Now you're in a bar. Like, the only time I am ever in a bar is when I am out of town. Mm-hmm. I am never in a bar in Memphis. But, you know, same type of thing. Hey, like I'm going to Big Ten Media Day this week, so I'll fly to Chicago. And at some point, somebody's going to text me and be like, GP, you in Chicago? And I'll say, thumbs up. And they'll be like, hey, why don't you come out tonight? And maybe I'll do that. Probably won't. I'll probably say, I'm busy. I'm working on some stuff. Got to get up early in the morning. But like, if I were to ever go out, that would be the set of circumstances. Yeah. So Mark Sanchez is in the bar, you know, dinner. Then you're getting drinks. Now you're drinking. And then what happens? You're in a bar, mostly younger people. He skews older in a bar, right?
Yes.
very recognizable. He wasn't just a football player and a football analyst. He was like The Bachelor, you know? Like he's a very famous, like he was the hottest bachelor in the world for a while. So he's a very famous person. So then you get drunk young people wanting to take pictures, and then somebody wants to talk about a butt fumble, and then somebody says, and then it gets like, hey, you know, and somebody's like, hey, you sucked, and then it just escalates, and next thing you know, Mark Sanchez is in a fight in Indianapolis. That's what I assumed happened.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
He just wanted to fight a truck driver.
He just lost it.
He just lost his mind.
Yeah.
Just lost his mind.
I'm ready to hear that. I've been like following this pretty closely. I want the full details.
Yeah.
I want everything.
Yeah. I think we're going to find out he was drunk and way out of line, and now he will be seeking help.
Yikes. Speaking of yikes.
We just got an update. DeMichael Cole, Grizzlies beat writer, is reporting that Ja Morant suffered an ankle injury in practice yesterday and is now week to week. So, remember how I told you you're going to get to see Ja tonight? That's going to be fun. Remember how I also told you I don't want to speak in absolutes because you never know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why I didn't speak in absolutes.
Yeah.
Because you never know. And now we know. You're not going to see Ja Morant tonight. But tickets are available. Grizzlies.com. Be back in a second.
Did you see the end of Ace's Storm? Let me play it out for you. Storm get the ball back, and it's Gabby Williams, and oh, God. You'll never know. We'll never know. A hell of a way to say, you lost. Lights are out. Take the ball. Go home, or don't take the ball because your season is over.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
Jeff Dunham. You're the other white meat. MJ, how can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Well, it looks like an appropriate picture. Gloom and doom outside FedEx Forum. With the Pistons in town for the preseason opener and Ja Morant just being ruled out. Just being ruled out for tonight's exhibition. He suffered a left ankle sprain in practice yesterday. Michael Wallace reporting it, DeMichael Cole reporting it, courtesy of a spokesperson for the Memphis Grizzlies. Bennett, what are we going to do? What do you want me to say?
I don't know.
What do you want me to say?
So the report is that he is week to week. The home opener is 2 weeks from Wednesday, so I'm hoping it's just a couple weeks.
Like, I don't even blame people for just being like, what the I don't even blame. Like, if you're in the chat right now and you're like, WTF, just know that I am too. I am too.
Yeah.
It's incredibly frustrating. It doesn't mean it's anybody's fault. It doesn't mean there's anybody to fire. It doesn't mean that there's somebody that needs to be yelled at. It just means that it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating. Like, there are things in life that happen that are nobody's fault, but they can be frustrating, right? Like, get stuck in traffic. It's not necessarily, like, it's just life. But it doesn't mean it's not frustrating.
Yeah.
This is frustrating.
It really is. And again, hopefully he's going to be, ready. We got a couple weeks until the home opener. Hopefully he's going to be ready for the home opener. But it does. You have PTSD about the whole thing.
Here's the most frustrating part of this, because I see this sometimes, like, as we're talking about it. And then I'll glance at the chat and I see it and I'm like, yeah, I know that. I knew that was going to be there.
What?
Or like on Twitter, whatever. We have to talk about this stuff every day.
Yeah.
All right. And so you try to be creative and come up with new angles, but we're talking about this stuff every day. And the only way to talk about it with any sort of excitement or enthusiasm or optimism, the only way to get excited is to believe that Ja Morant is going to be not just okay health-wise, but okay health-wise and awesome.
Yeah.
The only way to talk about this in any sort of optimistic way requires you to talk about Ja Morant being available and awesome. Because if he's not, this ain't good. If he's not, this ain't good. So you find yourself trying to talk about it and get excited about it. And he had an amazing summer, and he looks a little bigger, and says he's feeling great, and incredible mental space, and it's almost here, and, you never know, but those injuries last season, they were just kind of random more than they were indication of anything else, and you're talking about it, and the whole time, there's people out there listening to you talk about it, and I understand this, and they're saying, yo, shut up, he's never healthy. Just shut, like, you doing this again? GP, how many years in a row are you going to talk about, well, if Ja stays healthy? And so I'm aware of it as I'm doing it. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it, because what else is there to do?
Right.
You have to hope that he's okay and awesome. But every time you're talking about it, there is a part of me that goes, I know there's somebody out there going, oh, this again? Oh, it's cute over in Memphis. They're talking about Ja Morant being healthy again. Ha, 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 ha. And now here we are. It just sucks.
It's just preseason, though.
I know, but it just sucks. It just sucks.
I will say, like
I haven't even clicked on the tweet yet.
I know.
But
I know.
I know. In fact, let's do it. Okay. DeMichael Cole tweeted at 10:42. Per Grizzlies team spokesperson, Ja Morant suffered a sprained left ankle in practice today. He is considered week to week. Literally the first response. Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Yeah.
It's just all that. Bro, what is up with the... I'm not even reading these in advance. I just trust that they're going to be exactly what I'm imagining they'll be. Bro, what is up with the injuries on this team the past couple of years? Can they get a new medical staff, please? Just on that. There's always a lot of stuff on that. Just like there ain't no medical staff in the world that's going to be able to prevent Ja Morant from getting an ankle sprain in a basketball practice if he lands awkwardly in a basketball practice. Like, that's not a training issue thing. It's just an ankle basketball thing, but does it feel like it happens here more than it happens other places? I get that, but I don't think this is a new medical staff is when you go in to have surgery and they don't get it right.
Yeah.
Now, let's talking about new medical staff. This is just a sprained ankle.
Yeah.
But it's a sprained ankle. It's another thing that's going to keep him in. Tonight, you'll walk into FedEx Forum to watch the Grizzlies play for the first time since you walked into FedEx Forum last time to watch the Grizzlies play. And in both of those times, Ja Morant's going to be in street clothes.
Can I try to spin it positively?
Do whatever you need to do, Bennett.
I don't have to see it. I don't care about seeing him in preseason. Like if there was no injury and they were just and they just came out and said Ja Morant's not going to play in the preseason because we don't want him to, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, but that's not what they said.
I know.
That's not what this is.
I know.
That's not what this is.
If he's ready for the home opener, it's all is good. It's gonna be fine. But
I've honestly, if they came out and said, guys, we've seen Ja behind closed doors for the past few days. He's ready. We don't need to have him on the court in these exhibitions, so he's not going to play at all, I would have been like, I don't know, Steph Curry's playing. I'd have probably said, I don't know if I agree, but I'm not bothered by it too much. But that's not what they said. He is not playing tonight because somebody made a decision not to play him tonight for whatever reasons. He's not playing tonight because he has an injury.
Yeah.
He is not playing tonight because he can't play tonight. And that stinks. It's not anybody's fault.
Right.
It's for the people who I'm sure are going to come down on, there's going to be a lot of jaw jokes and stuff. I'm sure he feels as sick about it as anybody else, probably sicker, right? It just sucks. That's it. There are sometimes things in life that just suck. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean it's anybody's fault. It doesn't mean there's anybody to fire or yell at. It just means it sucks.
Yeah.
And that's what this is.
Yeah.
It just, it stinks.
Darn.
7 o'clock, Grizz Pistons.
I'll be there.
Ty Jerome. Let's see what you're made of. Well, hey.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Ty
sir.
Jerome did, among other reasons, say that he signed here for the opportunity. And so...
the opportunity is here.
Just wish it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm done. Hit your stupid button.
Okay.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
You see the latest little weird Bill Belichick headline?
Which one?
I mean, there's too many.
What is going on there, man?
So they lost again this week.
They suck.
They stink. I don't think he's going to quit, but man, I'd be thinking about it if I were him.
They might just have to move on.
This can't be fun.
Yeah,
this can't be fun. And I think he probably got into this just like sometimes these guys, the arrogance can take over a little bit.
Yep.
Like I'm Bill Belichick. College football, yeah, whatever. I'll just go.
I'll run college football. Yeah.
Well, no, man, it's it's more complicated than that, and you're getting it handed to you every week now.
Yep.
So that happens on Saturday. Last night, Sunday Night Football. Kind of I was going to say it was a fun game. It was a close game. It wasn't fun. Mm-hmm. But Drake May, North Carolina alum for the Patriots, leads them to a victory over the Bills.
Yeah.
Huge thing. North Carolina football's official Twitter account mentioned it not at all. Nothing about it. So I didn't put that part together. Okay. So if Calvin Austin scores 3 touchdowns on Sunday, the Memphis football account might retweet something about that.
Of course.
This is a very normal thing in sports. Mm-hmm. You want to highlight.
In fact, they do. They highlight their NFL guys all the time.
Right. Yeah. And Murray State. If Ja gets a big dunk, Murray State's going to retweet that. Right. It's very normal. So people noticed, as of this morning still. I think this happened last night. Drake May's having this. And there's nothing on the North Carolina Twitter account. So Ross Martin, who covers UNC, reports this morning that per Bill Belichick's instructions, nothing connected to the New England Patriots is ever supposed to be tweeted, retweeted, quote tweeted, anything from the North Carolina football account. So that's why it was ignoring Drake May's night last night. And about an hour after Ross reported that this morning, then North Carolina tweeted something to try to kill the story.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, no, it was nothing. But it was clearly something.
Yeah.
Because that's one where, Ross reaches out to his sources on campus because he's probably seen them retweet stuff before. And he's like, hey, I know we did the story where the Patriots are banned from UNC workouts because of Bill. But, are the Patriots banned from the North Carolina Twitter account too? Because why have we not mentioned Drake Mays?
Right.
And somebody's like, yes, Bill said don't do it. So we're not doing it. So then he reports it. Then they finally do it. But at that point, the story's the story. Mm-hmm. And now even if they deny the report, nobody's going to believe them. How many stories like this can come out of one football program in 1 year? It's just one weird, stupid thing after another.
Yeah.
One weird, stupid thing after another. And I don't even think it's an argument anymore to say I don't think it's going to end well. I don't think anybody thinks this is going to end well now. Now it's just when's it going to end?
Well, and especially too, we know North Carolina, we talked a lot about conference realignment and stuff, and they're always a team that kind of gets brought up as far as where they stand in the ACC and maybe thinking they deserve better. Though I think they will move on from this quickly because they can't afford to lose like they're losing now.
And he might need to move on. I guess you don't walk away from the contract. You make them fire you, but you may need them to just fire you. This can't be enjoyable. And it is incredible, how flip-flopped this all is. When you hire somebody like Bill Belichick, what you think you're getting is the most serious football person in the world.
Right.
Who is coming to run the most serious football program in the world. No-nonsense approach in New England.
It's going to be Saban at Bama.
Yeah. You're bringing in the most serious guy who talk to all the people who played for him in New England, and they will all say it wasn't fun, but we won. And among the reasons we had so much success is the way he ran this. No nonsense, no bullshit, no distractions, all football, all serious, all the time. And that's, on some level, what you must think you're getting.
Right.
He has turned your football program into the biggest joke, certainly at the power conference level.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a joke.
Yeah. They got blasted. My God.
His young girlfriend is on the field in ways that other football people tell you just isn't normal.
Mm-hmm.
Other people will tell you none of this stuff that's going on with North Carolina and Bill Belichick is normal stuff. And at North Carolina, at some point, you go from being appreciative that you could hire somebody with so many Super Bowl rings, and you go from that to, we can't let this guy run our football program anymore because he has turned us into a joke. People are laughing at us.
Mm-hmm.
They don't respect us. They don't even respect him. They're laughing at us. They're making fun of us. We're a joke. The idea that Bill Belichick would turn your football program into a joke is just something I could not have imagined.
Right.
But here we
I
are.
couldn't either.
Anyway, congrats to Drake May. And at North Carolina, you guys got to loosen up. You're letting these little weird Bill Belichick rules create bad headlines for you over and over again.
Right.
At some point, somebody's got to stand up to him and say,
sorry, dude.
Bill, you're not in charge of social media.
Right.
All right? You're not Bill, your girlfriend's got to, this isn't normal. And we talked about it before. If you got divorced and got a 19-year-old girlfriend and started bringing her up here every day and sitting her in this chair, I would be like, Bennett, I'm happy you're in love, but this is weird. All right?
Right.
I loved your wife. I know you guys had your differences, and I don't take sides, but I never saw your wife at our work.
Mm-hmm.
She has never been here. Why is your 19-year-old girlfriend here every day? This is crazy. And if you can't see it, that's why I'm here. I'm here to be your friend and tell you this is crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah. But that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's what he's done. It's insane.
Good luck, everyone.
It's entertaining, though.
It's great.
I guess it's
love
entertaining.
It is very entertaining.
Yep.
Yes.
What's today's biggest game?
You ready for some football?
Yeah, I
A
am.
Monday night party?
How did we do Friday?
Oh, you lost by a half point.
It was 3.5, wasn't it?
Yeah, the
It
Aces
was
minus
3.5, wasn't it? God, I was looking at that score and I was like, wait, was it 2.5 or 3.5? I can't remember.
I went back and checked the tape. It was 3.5.
Dang it!
It was a loss. That dropped you down to plus 6.6 units. But tonight you can bounce back.
Okay.
Chiefs and Jaguars. Everbank Stadium, Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
Kansas City's only a 3.5 point favorite on the road. They are begging you to take Kansas City and get caught by that half point.
I think you're right. I will go Jags.
This is funny business.
Yeah, I will go Jags here.
We are recognizing funny business.
Yep.
The whole world's out there.
That half point changes everything.
The whole world out there is saying, all right, I lost my ass on Saturday, and I lost my ass on Sunday. But tonight, Patrick Mahomes is only a 3.5 point favorite in Jacksonville? Oh, let me get all my money back. I know how this works.
I might sprinkle a little bit on Jags money line.
Okay, Bennett.
Yeah.
Okay, Bennett.
I think the Jags are good. I think they're going to win the AFC South.
If you can ever figure out when somebody is good before the world knows or somebody is bad before the world knows, that's a good way to gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine if you would have known the Ravens sucked.
Right.
5 weeks ago.
Right.
Right? They do suck, by the way. How's that happen?
They got one of the worst defenses in the NFL. That's how that happens. They just can't stop anybody. which is crazy to think about with the Baltimore Ravens, but that defense is bad.
It sounds like they've got other problems within everything, because you hear John Harbaugh talk about it, and this was weeks ago before we knew they weren't a good football team.
Yeah.
He was like, we're not a good football team.
Yeah.
He knew he did not have.
He's coached a lot of good football teams.
He's got Lamar Jackson,
right,
but he didn't have a good football team. He seemed to recognize that a little before the rest of the world, but now it's out there for everybody to know. Jacksonville 3-1 could be better than people realize. And the Chiefs, I know it's Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and his big ding-a-ling.
Mm-hmm. But again, to your point,
they might not be good.
they're 2-2. They get what we thought was a big win over the Ravens last week, but now we know the Ravens aren't very good, and so I think the Jags are good. You give me that damn We're covering tonight.
Jacksonville plus 3.5.
I don't like the Jags. I hate the Jags, in fact, but I feel like I think they're going to win outright.
You're betting against Travis Kelce's big ding-a-ling.
I think the Jags win outright tonight, but I'll just take the plus 3.5.
Imagine being in what is possibly the last year of your career, and suddenly the biggest pop star in the world writes a song about your big ding-a-ling. What do you think about that?
Pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I think that is pretty cool.
The new album's growing on me, too.
Is it?
Yeah, we listened to it a bunch this weekend.
Okay, good for you. Good for you. Jacksonville plus the 3.5. That's the play tonight.
What are we watching on TV?
Raw on Netflix. The OTC is confirmed to make an appearance.
Oh, good.
Becky Lynch against Maxine Dupree. I like Becky Lynch and Maxine Dupree.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch Friday night?
Mm-mm.
I can't.
What happened?
I turned it on and then I just couldn't care. I'm having a hard time caring.
Yeah. But there's a lot going on now.
There's a lot going on now.
Yeah.
There is a lot going on.
Right.
I feel like though I was in front of a television a lot this weekend, I didn't even see
everything. Right.
I didn't see everything. That Blue Jay story is an incredible sports story that was completely overshadowed by the NFL yesterday. We haven't said a single word about the WNBA Finals. The Aces are up 2-0. Just there's a lot going on right now.
I think Game 3's tonight, maybe.
I think Game 3 WNBA Finals is going to be set for Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got to travel.
I'm off.
We got to get down to Phoenix for Game 3. Aces are up 2-0. Phoenix 3.5-point favorite in that one. So there's a lot going on. Maybe that's why I'm struggling to get reattached to WWE. But I'll give it another shot tonight.
Yep,
Raw
good.
is on Netflix. The OTC confirmed appearance. I believe we're originating tonight from Dallas, Texas.
What's the best thing we've read?
Did you hear about this Dan Conaway controversy at the Daily Memphian?
No.
Okay, there's a fellow
Wait,
named...
actually, I think I did.
Okay. There's a fellow named Dan Conaway.
Uh-huh.
He's a columnist.
I saw they put out a statement.
DailyMemphian.com. So, this is wild. He apparently wrote a column last week. Submitted it to the editors the way you do.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the story how we experienced. Then I'll tell you the truth.
Okay.
He jumps on social media, Dan does, and says, I have filed this column. It's about this. It makes references to President Trump. And as Dan explains it, the Daily Memphian has refused to run this column. I'm being censored by my publication. They don't want a column taking President Trump to task. I'm being censored. I quit my job. I'm not going to work at a place that is censoring its journalists. And here's the column. It's like, oh, wow. That's all right, you won't run my column? Then I'll run it, and I quit. Okay. Journalistic integrity. Interesting. So, that's that. Then, I guess with Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon, the column appears. DailyMemphian.com. And I see them tweet it, and I'm like, well, I think this is I guess they decided to run it. And the first thing you read before you get to the column is an editor's note. And it's the most hilarious editor's note. You ready? Here's the editor's note.
Okay.
Dan Conaway's column this week was left in limbo after Dan quit the Daily Memphian. This disruption led some readers to believe we had bowed to pressure to not run a column critical of President Donald Trump. But this is false. We had asked Dan to make a number of minor edits before publication, specifically to cite his sources and to remove a reference to Uptown that we thought diminished the column's strength. But during our discussions, Dan instead finally said, I'll just quit. Such a request for edits is standard practice. Every reporter, columnist, and contributor at the Daily Memphian is edited. However, to negate any notion that we were in any way pressured or that we censored Dan, we are publishing the column as is. This is one of numerous other columns we've run that are critical of the president's decision to deploy the National Guard in Memphis, including 4 such columns, and they linked them, that were published in recent weeks, 2 of which were written by Dan. Another column, plus many articles written by our staff, as well as many comments on the site, have conveyed local support for the president's decision. As we have been from the beginning, the Daily Memphian remains committed to publishing all points of view. This sounds like, I don't want to speak for Dan, but it sounds like he got caught up in the moment a little too much, and maybe this is one of those. You ever heard the idea behind, hey, before you send that email, wait 2 hours. I'm mad.
Yeah.
I'm going to send an email. Okay. Write it, but don't send it. Come back in 5 hours.
Yeah.
If you're still that mad and you still want to send it, now you're at a better place to actually gauge those feelings. But you're in the heat of the moment right now, and you probably typed some things in that email you actually don't mean. And if you hit send, you're going to have to undo it.
Yep.
Heat of the moment stuff. Happens in arguments all the time. Disagreements between friends, couples. Heat of the moment, you start saying things sometimes that maybe you don't mean. And so it sounds like he got caught up into this. Like, probably writes what he thinks is the best column in the history of columns. Is in an emotional, unusual place because I think the whole country's kind of in a weird spot right now for a lot of different reasons. So you got all those emotions inside of you. And then somebody's like, okay, whatever. But I need you to fix this and cite this. And what do you mean by this? If there's one thing I know about columnists, some of them, they don't like to be questioned. Here's the column. I had this idea. I executed it. I have edited myself. I think it's good. Print it. Well, hey, GP, let me ask you about this. And why'd you do this? And what if we did this? Oh, buddy, I've had some real fights with editors over the years. But I never quit my job over it. And it sounds like here, he didn't like the questions that were being asked or the changes that were being recommended and interpreted that as censorship without realizing you have written critical columns about President Trump before, even in recent weeks, and we've run them. That's not the problem here. The problem is we think the column can be improved. The problem is you need to be edited. This is normal stuff. You're talking about quitting? Okay, quit then. But you'll probably be the one looking back on this with regret because now your story that you tried it out there and could theoretically get you some pats on the back. Good, Dan, for standing up to censorship. Like, that gets you some pats on the back. Now you just look like a silly person who didn't want to take instruction from an editor and didn't know how to work well with others. And so now what? You're out of a job, and the last column, here's the truth. I don't even know if it's a good column or not. I didn't care to read it. I just thought the editor's note was awesome. Once I got past the editor's note, I was like, I don't really care about the column. I like the editor's note. So now you don't even get the moral high ground that you were after. I stood up to censorship. Well, nobody really thinks you, like Sam Hardiman, Jeff Calkins, they've all come out and been like, if Dan was actually being censored, we would stand up for him. Jeff actually like put on Facebook or Twitter or somewhere, like, I wouldn't work here if I thought they were censoring. That's not what happened. He was edited. Editing is normal. Like, I will send in a column. My next column that I send in, an editor will grab that and they will tinker here or there. If they have any changes, they'll ask me. But it's a communication. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not in charge of everything. And neither is Dan. And if he didn't know that before, I guess he knows it. I guess he knows it now. Anyway, you can read the editor's note. It's at dailiesmemphian.com.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow will be Tuesday, so we'll be looking back at Grizz Pistons. Get a fresh look at some new faces.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm looking forward to that.
How will the Grizzlies look on the off chance they have to play games this season without John Morant?
We'll find out tonight.
Unfortunately, we will find out tonight because, as reported, Ja suffered an ankle sprain yesterday and is now listed as week to week. So, should be a fun show tomorrow. Looking forward to it already. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll try to enjoy mine, and we will meet back here tomorrow at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.
Jaren Jackson has a message for y'all. Jaren, say it now.
What?
It's the best show in the world.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, Trip. When I showed up at the event last night, he goes, "You got the biggest show in the world." And I said, "No, I really don't." And he goes, "To me, you do. I see you every day." I asked him why he doesn't just walk up here, and he's like, "Because I don't want you to be able to prepare." I was like,
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Morant digs at it, knocks it away. Picked up by Pippen.